No theme music, nothing this week.
Oh my God.
We've been running behind time, so unfortunately, ta-da! Thank you so much for everybody that's been patient with me whilst I had my 2 weeks break. Fun fact, I have a cold. Second fact, it's not COVID, but it has just meant that I have been working a little bit behind my own tail today, to the point where nothing's really set up. So don't worry, there will be a theme tune to end to. There will still be dancing. I do have a fever right now, but that was because I've been running around the house like a blue ass fly. But please get involved in the comments. Tell me everyone what you've been up to for the last 2 weeks. I have had an absolutely amazing time. And I can't wait to tell you all about it. For those of you that are familiar with the Lucy Show, I have a mother in the same house as me, and she relies on me to help her out technology-wise. So although the show has started, I've got to bring up her version of the Lucy Show, even though she can watch me right here, because she wants to see the comments come up.
For those too damn right.
Yes, I may have been discussing you whilst you were out of the room, Mum.
Yes, I know.
Only because
you love me.
Right, we've got brilliant. We've got some people. We've got our amazing #1 fan, #2. Well, Ray, Hugh, argue amongst yourselves. We've got Hugh watching. We've got Ray watching. Don't you dare say you nearly gave up. I'll never believe you for that. Mark Cameron, the love of my life. If I forgot to tell you as well, I love you too, darling. We've got my brother, hi sis. Ray's chipping in. Hi, Christine. I'm still trying to bring up Mum's video, but of course I keep getting distracted by doing the show that I'm trying to bring up. Hi, assist. There we go. Right, there we go. My brother is happy. My mother is happy. Right, she can do what she wants now. Right. Hello, everybody. I'm here. Thank you so much, everybody, for all your messages as well. The last 2 Tuesdays of telling me what you were up to and what you've been up to. So, what have we all achieved in the last 2 weeks? I've opened this. Please pour it faster.
Welcome to season 2.
Welcome
everybody.
to season 2. You'd think with 2 weeks' notice, I'd be a bit better at this. Right, so everybody, share the video. Oh, for fuck's sake, get that banner off. I swear, I'm having a head cold. I'm just a little bit fuzzy. Also, I'm out of practice having a cold because when you stay in the house for so long, you don't catch any germs. Kind of part and parcel of it. And because you don't catch any germs, you don't get ill.
This alcohol will cure.
Oh no, I've touched my nose.
Do you want a tissue?
I don't know, I can't see it. I need a mirror. Oh, that's better.
Tissue.
So, share the video and we'll start the show. You know how the rules are. So, that bit's done. Done my makeup. So this is the Lucy update. I got a stinking head cold. I'm absolutely exhausted. My mind is working very slowly. Oh, Posty with the Mosties on.
Hi, Max.
Hi, Max. And then you know what I've been up to the last 2 weeks. Watching online comedy, video shared before it started. Oh, Ray. Extra points for Ray there. It is...
Oh, you didn't open mine?
No, I didn't open yours. Right.
And as if that's not enough to do, Olivia wants to come in.
Oh, but I swear to God, this is not fair. Come on then. Right, the cats are in.
Chickens are away.
So there is no hula hoop update this week due to the fact that the idea of doing any exercise this week made me cry. I'm enjoying my 2 new jobs. One's working in a shop and one, cheers, Mum, happy season 2.
Happy season 2.
One is working in a shop.
I think we've got a present.
Oh.
Only this was smelling.
Way too strong. That's how I like them.
Do you want some more tonic?
No. Right, my brother has said your screen has frozen my end, but I have sound. Why is that, sis? Ray, you're also good for letting me know what's wrong with my technology. Do I need to change my Wi-Fi? Please get in touch if it is true. So, what I wrote down in my notes was this week, some comedians produce content. This week I have been creating snot. Lovely, isn't it? I want to say that I have lost a bit of weight because I'm working now. Not enough weight for my liking, but certainly not standing outside hula hooping. I am actually sweating. Four minutes before this started, I was sat here in a toweling robe, realising that my tripod was somewhere in the house and we'd lost it. No problems here. Noel, it's your end, not ours. Right, so let's move on to the village update. The reason why you nosy buggers join in every single week. Well, I don't know whether or not people only perform when I'm watching, but it's been quite quiet. It has. I've had to troll. I've had to actually troll the forums to find out what's been going on. So, first things first, the news was during my 2-week break, I left the village and I left the county. I went to the Big Smoke. I went to Fulham Comedy Club. I enjoyed myself profusely. I did a roast battle with my comedy brother, Phil Watham, and I have to say it was too vicious for me to be able to share the video. I have sent it to some people. You have to go up, you have to do 5 jokes. So he jokes at me, I joke at him, back and forth, back and forth. He was the perfect gentleman. He said, which side would you like to stand? Would you like to go first or second? He gave me choices like that. And then we went for it. Absolutely went for it. And it was bloody vicious. The man I should have married has said, Mark Cameron said, no such thing as way too strong. I know, it's going to clear my head. It's I'll probably go from being too slow to too fast very quickly. Noel has said, what can I do to stop it? So now I'm having to go out and upper it again. No, I can't take care of your computers whilst doing the show as well as take care of Mum's. I don't know whether to say, start your machine over again. Turn it off and turn it back on again. Ray Turner, somebody who has seen the roast battle video, I was robbed. What I found quite interesting is, okay, so it was the first time I've been on stage since about March the 20th.
Have you got the dongle? Have you got the dongle?
Right, sorry. Right. That was my internet going then. So I have moved down to the laptop. Brilliant. Just fucking brilliant. So yes, so when I did the roast battle, I haven't been on stage for quite some time. And tell you what I did. I turned into a pantomime queen. I can't quite understand why, but Jesus Christ, did I ham it up. I really did. I was sort of like, oh, where's that insult? It's behind you. I didn't realise just how panto I went. I was vicious. I was mean. I feel that I can say that I did go a little bit OTT. So let's just, for those of you, I'm probably giving a lovely set of tits to the camera there. Right, there we go. Right. 2020. I've had an absolute, isn't 2020 a gift that keeps on going? Hugh has said internet gremlins. Noel, you've said turn it off and turn it back on again. I just had to. Why didn't you join in the pattern? So yes, so I've travelled all the way to Fulham Comedy Club. I was a bit nervous. I was sort of drinking the hand sanitizer, which is probably why I had such Dutch courage. I went on. I absolutely destroyed my partner. I had a lovely time. I realised how much I miss real life gigs. Certain people can message me if they want to see the roast, but my partner and I have agreed that we're not going to put it up because my insults were so mean that the internet may not like them, if there's such a thing as the internet not liking insults. Right, now I am back. Brilliant, thank you. So am I. That was a lovely bit. So the next one. Now, a lot of people, I'm sure you've all been waiting to know about it. The Tale of the Curious Chicken. So the point of the village update is I go around all the different forums and I find out what's been going on. Because if you live in a town, you'll never know what it's like to live in a village. Everyone knows each other's business, and that's the way we want it to be. We like it that way. Our idea of congestion is a peacock on the road. You know, the idea of theft. Somebody's planters got stolen the other week in one of the villages. But this is one of the stories now that I've been following for quite some time. This is the Curious Chicken. There is a chicken on the loose in a village just over there, and it's been on the run now for about 5 weeks. 5 weeks, maybe longer. So I investigated last night. It was last seen at the pub, and they've even worked out exactly which tree in the village it's roosting. I love that. Right. What else have I been doing for the last? What else have I been doing for the last 2 weeks? Noel says it's frozen again. What the fuck, Ray? I'm expecting you to be my internetometer. You're brilliant for letting me know if I'm freezing or not. Right. So I've managed to hit level 30 on Pokemon. Yeah, I'm 39. Don't care. It's an app. It doesn't say it's a toy. I've also met a lot of adults that play it. So, but I want to know if people in Pokemon are on drugs, as I recently caught this creature. What the fuck is that? It's called a Jinx. I have got to throw my balls at that woman. Someone got paid to make that, and I want to know, how do I find out how to do that too? The other thing is with Pokemon is you go around different stops and you get balls. So you've got to go, this is the part of the game where the real life bit comes in. You walk around streets and it'll say, oh, you see that mural? That's not a normal mural. It's actually a Pokestop, and you can find out more about it. Right. Ray Turner has said, I'm not a big fan of the roast battle Jimmy Carr hosts, and you didn't go in with anything stronger than they do every week. Yeah, I know. But I mean, it's difficult for certain people to like that. Mark lost me, but I'm back now. Darling, you'll never lose me. Let's have a look. I'll listen to it. Don't need to watch it. Looks brilliant. And then Hugh says that could be my avatar, you cheeky little shit. Although when it comes to my internet, I am a jinx, so you never know. Just need to sort of go purple up, get some bigger hooters, maybe some lip filler, I don't know. So the best thing about the Pokestops is you find out things about this mural and that mural. I even went to a friend's house and told her about the building next to her own house and said, did you know this is built in 1872 and it was a sign of this, that and the other? But what I love is when people send you gifts. So you can have friends in game and they send you gifts. And this is the bit that makes me giggle, is it gives you a picture. Now somebody sent me this. This is their Pokestop. It's the Round Hill pub. It's got whitewashed windows. It's got closure signs and what looks like a skip and an armchair in front of it. Oh, do you know what they are? That should be under the UNESCO system. There was also, somebody sent me this, a lovely Turner's Nursery, local playfield, which showed me the dog shit bin and a sign. Now, from finding magical creatures in Pokemon, nice segue, eh? Okay, so I've spoken about this before in Devon on the road between Exeter and Crediton. This happened. A wallaby was spotted crossing the road, and apparently in Hemyock and Crediton there are numbers of wallabies roaming around loose. Mum doesn't know about this story because I actually do try and keep some of this work up my sleeve. So
Hemyock so far away from Crediton.
no, different. You know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So obviously,
I know. Isn't that the sexiest Pokestop? I mean, it's the skip. It's the skip in the armchair that makes me think, I want to go there. I mean, if anything, that's what's attracting children. Extra points for skip diving. There's a Pikachu in my skip. Right, so back to the pictures. So, in Crediton, so this is not just home of the wallaby. Somebody has seen, and the wording was, the shape of a large dog, the way it moved, it was definitely a large cat. He's picked up his dog and ran his way. And now it turns out from that village, you know where I did that gig by Crediton, there's been 3 sightings of large cats, which then took me on to big cat sightings in Devon and Cornwall. These groups exist, people. And then the woman has given me permission to use this, and the guy has given me permission to say I got in touch with all of them because I'm quite journalistic when I want to be. So can you see this that she took? So you can see just above her hand is the paw print. It should be coming up on your screen any minute. So this is the paw print that she had. And it's definitely, according to all the books she's looked at, a cat paw print. Can you see that now?
do you think she had her nails done special?
Well, the one guy who saw the large cat, he just took his dog. He didn't take his phone out with him because if anything, he doesn't want to be contacted when he's out walking his dog. It's his escape moment. And he sees this bloody large cat walking in front of him. He just picked the dog up and fucked off. And to see there's been so many sightings around Crediton that there are large cats. And there's one video, this is an absolute minefield. You can go from place to place to place on this. There's one in Suffolk where a guy took a video and it's only had like 800 views. It couldn't be more clearly a motherfucking large cat walking through a field with the slunked down shoulders and the prowl and the big tail. Apparently there were a lot of black cats. They were the easiest to they were the cat du jour of the 70s. And a lot of them got released into captivity, out of captivity. Sorry, we've got a small cat behind me. Now, you know Chipfield, the circus, when they closed down in Plymouth, the woman in charge of it, she was about to receive, can everyone see that? There's a cat there. So instead of sending the big cats to another circus, she refused and she let them out. So there have been numbers of private cats, privately owned large cats loose. And apparently the harsh winter of 2010 killed a lot of them. Let's have a look what Ray's chipping in with. People actually make a living as cryptozoologist. The West Country's long been reputed to have weird stuff. But I mean, look, last show I'm talking about wallabies. Now I'm talking about long big cats. And this is the bit that I really, the fact that the RSPCA, I believe they said it, it's been reported that some fucker in Crediton owns one of these. Look at the camera, Mum. It's a fucking bobcat. Why? I can't. I would love these animals. I would love to own these animals. I've got more cats than I know how to cope with. But the fact is, I'm not going to take something like a lynx or a bobcat and stick it in the bloody dining room. You right there? Oh. Right, so that's that. Right, so Crediton, third site of the village, large dog went moved. So then we had visit. There was someone in the local village, just down the road. They lost their cat for 2 days. He came back, and I love that. I like a happy story. Then we've got this little toy. Somebody in Tiverton has left this toy behind. If anybody knows who has taken this toy, please, please, please get in touch with the town council because they want to get that back. It was found at the town hall. There was also a little jelly cat toy. Don't rip my notes up. So yes, somebody's lost a little cat. You know, with the village with the missing cat, with the wandering chicken. If you're watching, you know you've got the wandering chicken village. Yes, somebody's lost their little jelly bean toy cat as well. That's quite a sad little story, but I'm sure it'll get back. Now, I talk about the canal a lot. I'm not going to talk about the swans because they've had one of them's met a demise by flying into a telegraph wire. But I'm going to give them a couple of weeks and then I'm going to go and find them back. But we've had a lot of trouble with cyclists near the canal path not disembarking when they go under the bridges. And surprise, surprise, one of the cyclists cycled under the bridge, skidded, fell over and hurt herself. Now, I know I shouldn't be smiling, but them bloody cyclists, they'll be the bane of our canal. So we also have Grand Western Canal patrol boats. I love this. You know, if you ever watch NCIS, when that ginger woman comes in from the Coast Guard to do a crossover with Gibbs, it's like that, but more West Country.
And he's actually a policeman who gives up his free time.
He's a policeman that gives up his free time. I love this. So, right, in 3 hours, let me read the offences. He found 14 cyclists failed to dismount under a bridge. 5 canoeists had no permits, and there were 2 fishermen with no fishing licenses. Bloody hell. It's a cesspit of criminality down there.
I shall bring it up in the meeting.
But, you know, the cyclists act like, you know, they run the world. I know because I'm a truck driver, sometimes I have negative feelings towards cyclists, but also sometimes cyclists prove to be a big bag of spanners by themselves. There are 100 Exeter students now isolating. Do you know why? Because they all went out for Freshers Week and licked each other's fucking faces.
Well, you only get what you deserve.
There we go. Biff, hello, Biff. Is Joe going to watch as well? Mother been feeding you gin? It'd be Mother's ruin if I left any in the bottle for her. Hello, darling. Thank you for being here. I know there's a lot of We Make events going on this week, so thank you for joining in. So yeah, 100 extra students are now isolating, but who knew that if we let young people go free and mingle, they were going to fuck up? There were 120 students in Manchester that had to isolate after Freshers Week. So what can we say? You know, the league table of Manchester University versus Exeter University. Exeter's very high up, and that's why we've only got 100 fuckwits isolated, not 120.
Aren't they supposed to be intelligent if they go to university?
Yeah. Yeah, they are. You know, everyone expects people in Manchester to catch hypothermia. Right. Me being a little shit stirrer, and Biff, I love the fact you've tuned in for this. A local restaurant put up on Tiverton website that they were going to start doing these new Spanish burgers, and they were doing them in polystyrene boxes. Well, I got involved. And with a little help from the Tiverton Free Plastic Group and Tiverton Go Green, we managed to message them, and now Habaneros in Tiv are offering biodegradable boxes, extra 40p, but may cost you 40p, but at least doesn't cost the earth.
Exactly.
Yeah. Also, for those of you that know, I've been campaigning Morrison's to bring back cardboard egg boxes. They have done. I am quite sweet. Now, this is a bit of a serious one. I know this is a comedy show, but I've got 67 people watching this very moment in time. So I'm just going to say to it, Devon has been rocked by the fact that we had a gentleman commit suicide by jumping in front of a lorry on the M5. Caused a lot of trouble.
Was that yesterday?
Yes. So I just wanted to say to everybody watching, if you were to message 116123 or just find out, just Google Samaritans. If you need to talk to somebody, talk to them. There are people waiting to take your call. It's a terrible thing. All the motorists and the lorry driver are now going to be quite upset by what they've seen. I know this is a comedy show, but sometimes you need to use whatever platform you can to get the message across.
Oh, that's why it took David an hour and a half to come home.
Yeah. So if you don't want to ring them, you can email them. You can online chat with them. You can even write them a letter. There are many, many ways to get in touch with them. They are 24/7. They are purely community based. But I just wanted to interrupt my viewing to say to people, it's okay not to be okay. So please get in touch if you need to. Now, back to the comedy show. I did lose a few viewers on that, but I'm okay with that. I'd rather lose viewers than someone lose their life. So you know how I like to show you what my social media shows me. So far, my social media, it wants me to use a psychic to draw me a picture of my future loved one. It wants me to put little cat feet on all my stools. It wants me to screw protective boxes onto the cat's feet whilst I groom them. Well, now they want me to have socks that look like cat's feet. And I have to say, it was colder. Now it's getting warmer. I mean, look at those footsies. It's not long till Christmas. If anybody feels that they want to get in touch and send me these socks, I'm not going to stop you. I won't stop you. Now this one, please get involved in the comments and explain to me what the fuck this is. So this is from Wish.
Oh my God.
Anyone? Is it a tweezer for parsnips? I need to.
Oh, that's a fishbone tweezers. I've got one.
Yeah, but it's not a fishbone.
That looks very much like. Well, I don't know what to say. It looks as if it's being cut off.
So what do you reckon that is, guys? Is it a tweezer for hairy parsnips?
Well, that looks like a sausage, isn't it?
Yeah, let's have a look. Oh my God, Dave Wall's watching. Hello, sugar. And we've got look up Monkey Dust Cyclist on YouTube is hilarious. Will do. And Ray's just backing up the message. Absolutely right. Reach out to get the help. Exactly. But yes, seriously, guys. And it's Hugh say it's a herpes scraper. Is that how you do it? What, are you okay?
I've never seen anybody with that, but I do have to leave the room.
Right, Mum's got to go look after the cats because we can hear them climbing the wallpaper.
No,
I know.
Thank God it's not smelly.
Yeah. Looks like it's for intimate manscaping. I know, but there's intimate manscaping and there's intimate manscaping. I don't know what to say. I mean, yes, I've got a message, send it again. Okay, so right. Let me know what you think this is. It is a strange looking thing. Is that a parsnip? So Mum thinks it's a deboner for fish. I know, but what they're deboning is not a fish. If I caught that in a river, I'd throw it back. It's a strange one. Please get in touch if you know what the fuck that is. Right, let's close that off. So, yes, please get in touch. And I that's not going to be in the show or quiz because I only ask questions that have answers, and that has not got an answer to it. I've seen it in other groups that discuss Wish adverts, and not one of them have found out what it is, not without buying it. So let's have a look. What have we got comments wise? A willy pimple popper. I mean, I haven't got willies, but can you get pimples on your willies? Willy pimples? Because you can't pluck a wart. Don't do that. You've got to hit it with the Bible and swear at it or something like that. Sorry, Hugh, I brought that up again. Right, okay, now, moving on to next week, to the next section, tomorrow's chip papers. Now, this is where I choose a news story to discuss, and it is going to be I have not stopped talking about this. I found this news story when I was off during my little 2-week hiatus, and I want everyone to imagine, what would you do in this guy's situation? Gemma will, hey, hiya, Gem. My boyfriend just said, fuck Rose. What would you have said if he'd known? No, you can on your testicles, though. Right, my mother's brought this in, right? It's a fish deboner. But if that's the case, now, okay, like I said, come on, I moved on to fish paper. Tomorrow's chip paper. Let's bring it up again. Right, bring it up again. Does that... I mean, I suppose it looks the same. But that's not a fish?
Perhaps they couldn't find a fish.
Well, they weren't looking very fucking hard. It's easier to find a bloody bobbit than it is to find a cod. Don't think so. Right, so for tomorrow's chip papers, I want to tell you the story of this guy. All right, his name is Drew Pavlou. I know I've wanged on about him a lot, but he's just a young kid, all right? His hair's a bit over-producty, you know. He's just a kid, all right? So that's the premise. So he, in the beginning of lockdown in March, went up to his university building, and they have a Chinese studies. Because Australia and China, they're not far away, okay? So they're near each other geographically in the sense that they're closer. China and Australia are closer than the UK and Australia, all right? So there's a lot of Chinese people that attend that university, but for some reason, that building, the studies building, was closed. So he thought it'd be really funny to get a sign, put it on the door, and go, COVID hazard, ha ha ha, right? That's not funny, all right? It is slightly xenophobic. It's a very basic joke, all right? What he didn't account for is that the Chinese, booming shot. She's a bit slow, but she came in eventually. So Drew put a sign up saying COVID warning. Now, China themselves have chosen Drew as to be the face of anti-Chinese racism. He is just a young kid. I think he's 19. And he was just dicking about, and he is a self-confessed dick, and China have come for him. They use his picture in all the news stories. They put sorry, it's just, can you imagine one stupid thing you've done when you were young? Can you imagine just something that you've done when you were younger that has come back to bite you? Maybe you did an offensive joke, or maybe you made a silly hand symbol, or maybe you maybe you did something that you wouldn't be proud of now. But to think that the entire nation of China have called him a separatist, they called him a Chinese rioter. They've said that he has got political motives. At that age, he's only got one motive, and that's getting his willy held. He's a student. Sorry, the bar's open. They chose him over Trump. Oh yes, this kid is the face of hatred for China. And then
Purely
because
medicinal.
purely
really.
medicinal, because it's feed it's gin cold, is that what's the
Yeah,
feed a
something
fever
like
gin
that.
cold?
Oh, the cat wants some.
Oh, I swear to God, my head feels really, really cloudy. So, yes, imagine if you pissed off the Russians. But can you, hand on heart, say you've never done a story, you've never told a joke that wasn't slightly offensive? And to have that entire country come after you. And then what, because China, there's a lot of Chinese students that go to this university. This is where the conspiracy theory starts up. They wanted to get Drew in trouble, and they compiled a 200 offence dossier against him. One of the offences was actually, wait for it, drum roll, using a pen in the shop without buying it. So they got rid of him. So he's got on his Twitter that he's like the first denounced Australian, the youngest denounced Australian on his Twitter. I just find it fascinating. I don't know if they're going to move on to a new target, but good luck, Drew. Be a bit more careful. But you're young and don't stop being young. That's all I can say. That's Drew Pavlov. Right. Due to me having a cold, stuff from my room is either on pause or is being finished. But this is a little opportunity to show you stuff from my room. I'm going to use it to show you. Here you go, there's the segment. This is what the internet was made for. So here you go. Here's a picture of my kitten. Here's another picture of my kitten. And here is a picture of my cat. And have we got the tiger to hand? Is he in the hallway?
Oh my God, it could be in the bed.
It could be in the bed, could be in the right. So then this is one more video. All right. This is because we've got, if you've been to IKEA, you know that they sell like the £1 toys. So we bought a little tiger for my cat, my previous cat, Tilly, but she never wanted to play with it. So
We've
this
got the lion.
This is the lion. This is the little lion. So this is Kitty and the lion. Just a short video, but fucking hell, that's cute. Right, so moving on to the birthday section, because it's not just kids that have the birthday section, it's motherfucking taxpayers. Let's have a look before we move on, because I'm good at doing that. Roger. And when Jay Goody was erased on Big Brother to an Indian actress, India hanged her effigy and riots broke out. It's absolutely amazing. Gemma Williams, perfectly good response there. Yeah. As opposed to the Welsh response, which was ah. Gonna love you and leave you. Jumping on a ferry. Speak soon. There you go. That's my husband of a different time. We would have been a great couple. And then we got ah from there. All right, brilliant. And then birthday update. So funny woman from Devon. We've got Trish Sanford. Fan of the Lucy show and the MC from my first ever paid gig, Michael Brown. Festival royalty, Lindsay Harrison. Rock and roll event management fame, Jamie Simons. I'll be in Plymouth soon, so hope to see you. Dr. Lucy had a birthday. Yes, she's no longer working where she was working. She sails the world, changing the world for environmental reasons with her 2 kids and a husband.
Really?
And then, of course, I don't know if you're watching, baby girl, but Chloe Hobday, happy birthday for during the break from me and my mum. We'll see you very, very soon.
She's on holidays for a week.
Oh, then she should be bloody watching. Right, okay, TV and radio. What have I been watching? What should you be watching? And what should you be listening to as well? So, okay, Drew Peacock, I haven't heard from you for a while. Loving the pizza slices on the wall behind you. It's where I keep them. It's the latent heat from the light that keeps them warm. Drew Peacock, you I haven't heard from you for a while. In a moment of hang on 1 second. In a moment of clear jealousy, my dog saw me saying "oh" to your cats and demanded I let him out for a wee. I went into the shop today to get some money out of the spa, get the money out of the wall, and there was a newspaper, and I can't remember if it was, I say newspaper, it was one of them, Mirror or Express or something, and it said, exclusive, dogs are better than cats. Oh, right, okay, that's fine. If that's done with. It says so.
I don't think that's right.
Okay, so TV and radio. Now, I like to start with the Ambridge update. What's happening in the Archers? And for the last 3 reviews, I have not changed the text with Archers update. Alice, same as last week. Fuck's sake. I mean, natural selection, you know. How did she become a bloody Aldridge? I don't know.
By having a father called Aldridge.
I know, but she's just super, super annoying. And sometimes you think you can't get more annoying than her sister Kate, and then Alice opens her mouth. And then you think, fucking hell, how come they became such knobheads? And then Jennifer comes in. Hello. So Alice, we were trying to see what was going to happen if she's going to become an alcoholic. She's now, the spanner in the works is the fact that she's pregnant. There hasn't been an abortion since Lizzie, which is going to be what? 87, 88? Round about then. So there hasn't been an abortion in Ambridge since. So a woman that has repeatedly said she doesn't want a kid. I mean, she's short of wearing a placard around her neck saying, I don't want a fucking kid. She's made it very clear she doesn't want a kid.
And she's so quick to say she's not an alcoholic.
Oh, she's not an alcoholic. She's in charge. She passed out on the road drunk. But because she was dehydrated. Yep. And who goes jogging and then drinking?
Alice.
So she's pregnant, and it's going to be, hopefully it'll turn into a story where she and her husband work out that it's not the right time for them and they abort. Or it's going to turn into another story where a woman is guilted having a kid even though she clearly doesn't fucking want it. Brilliant. Best way to bring a kid into the world, even if it's fictional. Susan's father has been an absolute star. Susan, who has always believed herself to be of the gentry of the village, even though she's a Horrobin.
And she went to prison.
Yeah, and she went to prison. I thought it was Tracy went to prison.
No,
Susan. Right, well, she's a Horrobin. What else do you fucking expect? That's what happens with Horrobins. I didn't realise how many Horrobins we knew around here as well. So Susan has left her father to be brought up by her sister. And for that reason alone, she believes that she can just let her sister do all the hard work, even though she's got the 2 kids, right? So she's got her 2 kids and she's got a father and she's working all the hours at the hotel. Susan just does a little bit of the dairy and then she pisses around on the radio upstairs in her back bedroom. Where's the help on that one, right?
Susan's a celebrity.
Susan's a local celebrity now that she's on Radio Borchester. But it's just a case of, yeah, good. I'm glad the father was an arsehole. That's what you deserve, Susan. Now, the horses. I'm beginning to lose faith in this storyline. The Archers have been trying to deal with a modern day slavery story, but they have been eking it out so much that nobody no longer cares. There's no shock. There's no fight for justice. At this point, we're shouting at the radio, fucking sell Blake. And bloody send Kinsey off with him. I'm sure they wanted to do a lot with that story, and it's demystifying the fact that modern day slavery isn't something that happens elsewhere. It happens in your back garden. You are probably no further than 1 mile from a case of modern slavery. It has infected this town, this world, terribly so. But the Archers have done it so slowly, no one cares now.
COVID just put the tin hat on it. Because
I know,
they
but
couldn't do
I
it.
was right with the Archers. The person that was nicking the custard creams in the shop should have taken longer to find than who's doing the modern slavery. But instead, we found out it was Susan's dad, and the slaves are still being held. I mean, God's sake! Obviously, I've got a lot of script writers watching this. I couldn't be a bigger advocate for the Archers, but for the Christ's sake, could you just get Philip his comeuppance, please, before he sells Blake off?
Before he marries Kirsty.
Before he marries Kirsty. Right, okay, I've calmed down. Now, if you've got the BBC Sounds app, if you haven't, you're silly, you should have it. If you're in the UK, you should be able to get the BBC Sounds app. It's on Android, it's on iPhone, and it is free. 1 second. Ray's just chipping in. Just checking that you and Christine know the Archers isn't a fly on the wall documentary. Shut your mouth.
It's real.
It's real. Yeah, it lost me some viewers, but I'm going to keep talking. I love that. I just lost 10 viewers from talking about the Archers. But I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Right, okay. So Hercule Poirot, his latest one on the BBC Sounds app is Peril at End House. It is brilliant. It's a lovely one. It's the one where the young woman, Miss Nick, is there are many attempts on her life. But she's just such a little flopper. She can't understand what all the fuss is about. She's an heiress in a large building and can't work out why people are trying to kill her.
Oh, I remember that one.
Yeah, the one with the pebble through the hat.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, when you're an Agatha Christie fan, what you've got to remember is the radio, the TV, and the books. They change the endings so that you can still see it, and also you'll never get it of the Mousetrap because they don't want to upset the play, which is the longest running play in the West End. And I've never been, and I've always wanted to go. So if anybody wants to take me to the West End to see Mousetrap, I realise this is me saying this to the internet, so it could be potentially dangerous, but it'd be worth it for a nice day out. So what have I been watching whilst I've been gone? So this is I'm going to show you a little 20-second clip, but this is what I've been watching over the break.
I think I know who the murderer is.
We find the weapon, we find the killer.
You can't still be suspicious of him.
This is yet another lie of omission.
I just want to find the truth, wherever that leads me.
So what kind of people watch those? All right.
We do.
It's not the same. It's a TV movie. Yeah, it's a TV movie, but it's not the same as the slushy stuff. Now, coming up to Christmas, I will start getting addicted on. I love a Christmas movie, even though I've got a cold, dead, black heart. I'm obviously apart from Mark Cameron, but yes, I've got a cold, dead, black heart. But I love a Christmas romance movie. Oh, she just wanted to be married. That's all the dream she needed. It's okay she gave a job up just to meet the right guy. Who needs independence and interest? I love it all. If there's tinsel and sleigh bells in the background, sign me up. What, she fell in love with a guy and became Mrs. Claus, and now she lives in a mystical world with no contact with her family? Yes! But Hallmark mystery movies, all right? You got your Aurora Teagarden, your Ruby Herring, your Darrow and Darrow, your Hayley Mean, your Mystery Woman, a garage sales movie, Gourmet Detectives, Murder She Baked. Jesus! So many that we haven't seen. So we've done all the Aurora Teagardens. Amazing. She's a librarian that solves stuff. Ruby Herring, a news journalist. Ruby Herring, like red herring. Darrow and Darrow. Tom Cavanagh's in that. You know,
I
Tom
don't like
Cavanagh.
it.
I didn't watch it because of the storyline. Tom Cavanagh. Tom So if those of you who know Scrubs, you know the guy with the brown hair that's the main character, the one who played his brother? Tom Cavanagh. He's in it. You know, the one with the blue eyes and the satchel bag? Tom Cavanagh. Yeah. Did I say Tom Cavanagh? Tom Cavanagh. Okay, so we've got Daria, Hayley Dean, who's also from the Mystery Women movies. She is just Hallmark movie royalty. And the Garage Sales Mysteries. So it's got Lori Loughlin, who is, I believe, one of the people that paid one of the universities for, I think it was either her or the woman out of Nashville, but I think it was Lori Loughlin who paid for her daughter to go to university. I don't know. I may be making this up, slander, as long as this isn't recorded or broadcasted. Nope. It was definitely Felicity Huffman, though. And then next thing, Enola Holmes came out on the 23rd on Netflix. Bloody brilliant. Did you like it?
It was all right.
You stayed awake.
I did.
Tick. Let's have a look. Murder on the Orient Express with Kenneth Branagh is Channel 4. Babe, seen it. Cheers, Drew. I do hope this is a Toby Larone, though. I'm never going to mention the fact that I think that Drew and his brother also messaged the show. But Murder on the Orient Express with Kenneth Branagh, it's good. But the original is Ustinov, isn't it? And I don't know how I feel about it. Now, there is another one coming out, isn't there? There's another... Drew, come on, you know you're good on the facts like this. What's the next one that's coming out? So it was Orient Express. Is it the Nile? They're bringing out another one. They're making another one. And I, personally speaking, I would go Ustinov...
Oh my God, I hope they're not going to record it with social distancing.
I don't know. Come on, Drew, beat me to it. Beat me to it. I'm Googling right now whilst I'm on show. All right, so what's his name? Kenneth Branagh. Bragner. Kenneth Bragner. Okay. Poirot. Death on the Nile 2020. Mwah, I love my knowledge. So with that, it's going to be, I think it's definitely going to make it look like it's a transition. They're going to mess about with it a bit more. I know because I've listened to it, I have watched it, I've read it, I've watched everything. And the beginning credits, I remember sitting there going, well, that's not right. But for those of you that haven't watched Orient Express, it is the most beautifully put piece of social study. And it's amazing how often I mention it in groups and how people don't understand the reference and they look at me like I'm the fucking psychopath, which, you know, they're not that far wrong. So, also, on Enola Holmes, so I liked it on Netflix. It's got Henry Cavill as Sherlock. And Helena Bonham Carter is his mum. Those ages should work. Yeah. I'm trying Teenage Bounty Hunters on Netflix. It's weird. I don't know. It's you watch it, you don't watch it, you watch it, you want to watch it. It makes you feel uncomfortable. It makes you laugh. I'm 6 episodes in and I haven't decided. But because it was my last watched, I press it when I bring up Netflix. Radio, please. You need to be listening to Radio 5 Live with Alice and John. It's also available as a podcast on the Sounds app. You need to get yourself the Radio X app. Chris Moyles in the morning every day, and also he does it Saturday, so it's 6 days a week plus the podcast, which I listen to every day religiously. Not religiously, because he's never touched me up as a child. Don't often do satire. Brooklyn 99. Hey, 99. I finally finished it. I was like, wait, what? I had gotten to the state of thinking I was never going to stop watching that. And I did. Right. Please watch podcast. There we go. I was waiting for it, Noel. I was waiting for it. I gave a little bit of a pause. Right, so moving on to truck stop review. It's only a small truck stop because I realised I've been talking for so long. We've gone an hour. So, right. Truck Stop Review Cartgate. It's just off the 303 near Yeovil, just off the Ilminster bypass. It is such a beautiful little truck stop. It's amazing. Checks Yesterday Plus. They're doing the two. Oh my God. Check Yesterday Plus. The two Ronnies from Series 1, Episode 1 tonight. Well, I'm writing that down. Right. Okay. So moving on, Truck Stop Review. We have got here. All right. Just off the the 303. It's amazing. It's a truck stop for car users and for trucks. So the first bit's trucks. Go next onto it. Then you've got a car park. And then just at the back, you've got the dog in. And it's a lovely little place. And it's got a very mom and pops feel to it. For those of you that are watching the Big Will Small Talk, it's got the hand dryers that are holding the wall. That's a bit of a cross thread over there. Drivers get priority in the cafe. They are fully practicing all the sanctions, track and trace, etc. It's got level parking. You've got to fuck around with your air. It's very small, but if you get in at the end of the night, you can just sneak in on the back like you park in European places. It's 7 a.m. every day. And it's a 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. finish. I believe it's only 7 p.m. on Sundays and Saturdays, but it's 8 p.m. weekdays. Always double checks, free parking, no fuel, but there's so many petrol stations, literally 1 or 2 roundabouts away, like Sparkford, etc. It's just adorable. And if you're a local, if you're in the area as a person, a normal person, not just a truck driver, I'd recommend going to Cartgate because they're lovely people that do their best for the environment. Around there, they got all the different recycling bins as well, and they try and use local as well. And I have rung them in the past when I was late, not late, but I was on my way to get into a job, and I rang them, and they made my food for me by the time I got in. So I walked in and just sat down, straight down, paid the money, 2 poached eggs on brown toast. Fuck's sake, that kind of shit works on me. Hey, are you near there? 1 second. Noel said, I am on episode 14, Chris Bell podcast, a bit behind. Don't worry, you will end up boshing through them. They are on podcast 250. They've just celebrated 250. Don't worry, but you will start picking them through. And between you and me, you can miss the ones that just Toby Tarrant. Lovely kid, but he's not. Back then he wasn't as strong as he is now. And the Vernon ones, bless his heart, good show, but he didn't do a very strong podcast. You're near Cartgate. We should meet for a cup of tea. I mean, for fuck's sake, Gemma, I'm in Tiverton. You know, come and you can find me too. And like Welsh people, we're allowed to travel. Now let's have a look. Is BWST now on Sundays? Big Will Small Talk. Yes, it is. It's for yesterday. So that was going to be in my plug section. Because we have to suit everybody's time scales, because everybody is from a different part of the world. We are moving it to Sundays. You're in Weymouth. Oh, well, hey. So let's move on to Ask Lucy. I'm not gonna go too fast. I'm not gonna make this like a John McCrurick. But I've been asked. I'll do first 3 questions. I'll cross them. What kind of art do you enjoy the most? Oh, definitely for meeting. Yeah, because I still got to do your podcast. Why can't I do it in person? Also, is it Codswallop? Can you put it in the chat and I'll make sure I give you a plug at the end, Jem. So what kind of art do you enjoy the most? It has to be sequential, which is another word for comic books. They're not just sorry, I've just had somebody get in touch because I say I write to everybody about the stories that I follow. So the kid that lost the teddy bear, I said, can I use the picture? But she never got back in touch. So I've just said, I've not much to say, left at his dad's house. Just came on my messages. Right, so yes, what kind of art do you enjoy the most? Sequential, definitely sequential. That's the one I love. What takes up way too much of your time? Well, because of comedian Ali Hancock, I'll say one word: Pokemon. Ali, you. What a
Pokemon.
Pokemon pusher. Oh, just bring up the app. Oh, it's free. Oh, yeah, it's fun. Mum and I are in our bloody pyjamas walking down there to get Harry Mara off the local Pokestop. 1:15 in the morning. Torchlight. She's there as my bodyguard.
I do.
That's
carry
it.
the
Don't
torch.
take me.
The torch is
Take the old
very
woman.
large.
Oh, and we can be Pokemon friends too. Oh my God, Jem. DM me your trailer number right now. And what's the best way to start the day? For me,
2 cups of coffee.
right, 2 cups of coffee and Chris Moyles. No matter what time of day I wake up. So when I was a truck driver, say I was getting up at 2:00 in the morning or 5:00 in the afternoon, whatever my driving shift was, I would start his show when I got up because it's like breakfast radio. So then that's the way it was. So for me, it's really unsafe to approach before
2 cups,
2 cups of coffee and Chris Moyles. Yeah. Ideally,
I
I know because my mother has done. Still here. The other thing is I've always wanted to wake up to find a cat on my bed. Yep, we've got 4 cats.
Oh, I wake up with 2.
She wakes up with 2 cats on her bed, sometimes 3. And I wake up with none. But maybe we could train Coco, but I don't know if I wriggle too much. Maybe they don't like Hercule Poirot playing in the middle of the night. I don't know what it is, but cats don't love me. Thank you for sending me your code through, Gemma. It's just come through. I'll say I'm a daily gifter. Right. And I'll answer the other questions at a time. So plug section we'll move on to. So first of all, I'd like to plug Gemma Williams's podcast. So if you were to go onto Podlink, just Google the word Podlink, and that will show you where you can find everybody's podcast. So if you were to go onto Podlink and type in Talking Codswallop podcast, it'll show you all the different formats depending on whether you're Android, Hawaii, I don't know how you fucking say it. Hawaii. Just near Honolulu. Depending your Apple or Android or whatever. So Talking Codswallop podcast. And then the other one I really enjoy doing, it's Weekly Bazaar, which is part of USUK. So if you type in US UK into Podlink, you will find all of that. And also I make every episode of the Kitchen Sink a podcast. I've recently just uploaded the Luke Conrati, and we've already had 53 plays of it. So and we've even got a listener in Nigeria. Yeah. So stuck then on my balls. Got a lot of fans in Houston, Texas.
Whoever knew that?
I know. They must just find our little amazing British mouth so adorable.
I hope they're not called Ewing.
I are. Please donate. Please do. In fact, if you'd like to donate at all from anything you've watched this show, you can say, let me see, where is it? So buy me a G&T. So all you've got to do is go into jokepit.com and type in Lucy Orchard into the A to Z. And
Is that got a hyphen in it?
yeah. And type in Lucy Orchard, and then you can find me that way. It's a lot easier. So if you type in Joke Pit Lucy Orchard, my page will come up and you can donate. I set the minimum donation at 50p. If everybody watching tonight gave me 50p, I'd be a very, very happy woman.
It would pay towards this.
It'd give me all my StreamYard fees. Right. So hang on, Gemma's got to go. She's watching Deadpool 2. Spoiler alert. I haven't seen it. Right. Okay. So we have got gigs to plug apart from Gem. So yeah. So we've done that one. So let's have a look. We've got Vix Layton is in E14, Star of the East, live at Limehouse. Her next one coming up now is the 7th of October. Then we've also got in on the 3rd of December, still tickets available. The sooner you get them, the sooner they can do the table planning. And that's for BP's Comedy, 3rd November in Cardiff North. in Lanishan. And then I would like to announce that on the 31st of October at Westex Comedy Club, I will be performing at Scarily Funny, which will be hopefully a monthly night. So yes, if you are in the Devon environment, if you can travel to Tiverton, the Westex Comedy Club, we have just started it up, myself and Donna Landy, comedian from Bideford. She's got her own company, Posh Tranny Comedy, and it's going to be amazing. So I'm very, very excited about that. And then if you haven't had enough of me and you live near Plymouth, then you can come and see me 4th November in the B Bar, which is the bar attached to the Barbican Theatre. So if you go to barbicantheatre.co.uk, tickets are £12 and it starts at 7:30. Same for the Westex. That'll probably start about 7 because obviously we're finishing at 10. We'll get you in earlier. We've got more room, more time to get safe between the acts, wipe off the mics, get everyone served during the intervals because everything now is you can't go to the bar. So that means it gives the waiting staff a lot of work going back and forth replenishing. And then please.
That's creating jobs.
I'm pleased to announce that we have had. Look, Clarice, darling. I can't do it now. Love the accent. So yeah, kitchen sink. I can't say who it is until they double confirm, but we have confirmed a rather big guest.
Oh gosh.
The
The one I'm thinking of.
her, not the one you're thinking of. It's the
Oh.
woman,
Oh.
the woman one. Yeah. So that's going to be next on.
Not next week.
Not-
You're having a week off.
Exactly. So it's going to be 8th of October. We are next on. And then we can't let you know the viewing figures for the shows I do. So the Weekly Bazaar, we've been getting figures of 59,000. We had the figures of 48,000 for the kitchen sink. The viewing figures tonight have been absolutely amazing. So thank you everybody for staying in tune and putting up with my internet. If you know the show, you'll know the internet is the fourth fucking character. You've got me, you got mum, you got the cats, and then you got the internet playing up. Yes, and then so we have 48,000 views on the kitchen sink, 59 on the Weekly Bazaar. Big World, we had 14,000, but it was the first night we done it that night, so we hadn't much promo. So yeah, so Big World, that's getting the views as well. And I've had amazing figures tonight as well. So tonight, thank you very much. So that's that. And then we move on to the bit that I love, which is I'm not going to beg you to nominate me for Funny Women Best Web Series anymore because the awards are on the 7th of October. Let's just say I haven't been sent a ticket to appear. No, it is all online, so it could still happen. You never know. You've got to be in it to win it. And I asked you guys to help me out, and you did. So thank you very much. Which will be the third competition I've entered Knock Off Fire on. So moving on to... So hang on. That's on the bin now. All right, so now we move it on to the Show It All game. This is the last section. So you can be the owner of one of my bespoke Lucy certificates. All right, big space there, waiting for your name. So last episode's questions were, what is the name of the cactus that needs a hat?
Colin.
It was Colin. There you go. What do I love at his services? And I'm an S. What comedian is famous for faulty mic issues? Norman Collier. And who was rescued from a river after being attacked? It was a racing pigeon. Thank you for everybody that sent those questions in. The only one that got all 4 questions right was Mrs. Travalis. So there'll be a certificate on our way to you. Thank you very much. So this week's questions. Okay, I was going to just make a note on these questions as well. What type of wild cat is being allegedly kept as a pet locally? I showed a picture. Name the actor I like from Darrow and Darrow. Okay. Then we've got, I showed a video, okay, of a selection of movies, but what channel are they from? Okay. And last but not least, I finally finished a TV series that I have mentioned for the last 17 episodes. Could you please name that TV series that I finished? Okay, so there you go. So, what type of wildcat is being allegedly kept as a pet locally? Who is the actor I like in Darrow and Darrow? What is the channel that I have been watching recently? I showed the trailer. Okay, and the last question was, what was the last question? I've just phased out. What was my last question?
Read it.
I didn't write the fourth question down because of panicking. Somebody else. Oh, Neighbours.
Oh, what program have you just finished?
Oh, what program have I just finished? Oh my God. My head cold is so much fun, people. There's no effect from Sudafed. So, Noel, first of all, we got a message there saying, well, hi there, Mum. Hello. I much prefer Madam. And then we've got from Noel, Toy Cat, Bob the Builder, S4C and Neighbours. That's very close. So please, thank you everybody that has watched. Let me just talk amongst yourselves whilst I bring this up. Next week, it's going to be the same time. It's going to be at 9 p.m. It's going to be Tuesday. And then we are going to have more of the other reviews. But please like and share this video. I hope to see you all. The next time I see you now will be Friday at 7:30 for the Week Bazaar. Sunday at 10:30. We're having a week off the kitchen sink. But we'll be back strong on the 8th and with a very, very large booking, which I'm very excited about. So I want to, there's nothing else to say, but thank you everybody who's been watching. Come on, get in view, get in the view. The answers are person, woman, man, camera, TV. Thank you very much.
Fair.
Seems fair. No, because Roger's not playing along tonight, is he? So I know. So that's the thing. We haven't got that. But yes, thank you everybody. And if you can donate even 50p or £1 towards the tech fees, I'd be very, very appreciative. But we'll
So
see.
will I.
But we'll see. It cost her a fortune. So I just want to say, see you next Tuesday, everybody. Go on, Mum, say it.
We'll see you all next week. I'm never going to say it.
Thanks, Mum. Good night, Hugh. Good night, Drew. Good night, Noel. Good night, Ray. Good night, everybody. Thank you for watching and getting in touch on the chat. It's been amazing, and we will see you again this time next week.
Love you, Noel.
If you follow me on Facebook, Lucy Orchard Comedy, then you will see that I'm going to be performing quite soon at another comedy club, and I will always post those onto my Facebook page. So it's Lucy Orchard Comedy to find out more about the shows that I'm doing for comedy for stand-up.
Yep.
Let's have a
Keep
look.
on with the puppy training, Noel.
Did you find your birthday present in those boxes? Oh, good night, darling. Can't believe we've got the intro this week. Couldn't believe I couldn't find the tripod.
Oh, you're a bit late.
Oh, and also you found the present in the boxes. So all the boxes are gone.
We'll do a lot better next week.
We'll do a lot
We
better next week.
promise.
Take 2 weeks to get ready.